Hello and welcome. Good evening to you. This is the Chatbot University. My name is Dr. Sandra Powers, CEO, founder of the Chatbot University and founder of the AI University as well. I bring before you a very special topic today. We have been meeting now for the past 4 days, and it has been a wonderful opportunity, learning upon learning every time. That we've been able to bring before you the AI. We've unpicked and unpacked the AI domain. We have begin to cut a swath through it, helping you to understand it, helping you to buy into the AI domain space, helping to shed light on what exactly it is, so that whenever you as a worker, you as an interviewee, you as somebody that wants to get into AI is concerned, by the time we take you through our online sessions, through our hands-on practical experience, simulated learning experiences, you would be all the better. You become a subject matter expert. Your value goes up. You are able to command more. Now, this session today is very special. And why it is special is because it gives us the opportunity to continue to build our knowledge as far as AI is concerned. Today specifically, we are dealing with AI speech recognition. AI speech recognition. Now, this topic is new. It's relatively new charted waters, but it's a very important piece of the puzzle. You see, let me give you a little background as to who I am and why it is I am doing this, or we are doing this. It has come to my attention, certainly as a veteran of over 20 years in IT, that when analysts and when consultants come on board, you are only as good to a project as the techniques that you know, as the approaches that you know. And there's a lot of missed opportunities where people have not started off on a solid foundation that gives them the ability to be able to hold their own. And I can tell you this, that by the time you get to work in a project organization, by the time people start to speak about the project, domain experts who perhaps have been there for 20, 30 years start to speak about the subject matter, they won't wait for you. They will assume you know what they're talking about. It is your responsibility to be able to get into that domain, get into that shop floor, get into that project team, and quickly be able to deliver from day one. So a lot of the projects, AI projects, digital projects, transformation projects, process architecting projects, process automation projects I've been involved in has seen me a chatbot building, conversational marketing funnel projects and programs I've been on, have seen me being able to very quickly be able to bring value from day one. Maybe that's as a result of the way I started analysis. You know, analysis has become much more formal. Analysis has become much more structured, but it wasn't always like this. But what I can immediately see as a result of the number of years I've been exposed to is that there are modeling tools that are very simple but very effective. For me, the use case model is one of this. A use case model is used to represent the entirety of the system. It is used to describe a particular domain. It is used to model interaction between the user of the system and the system itself, or the domain. It specifies the context of a system. It captures the requirements of a system. It validates a system's scope. It validates a system's architecture. It validates the remits of work. Because when you are brought on board to work with a particular team or on a particular assignment, you are only brought in for the short term. Even projects that have analysts working over the longer term of the product life cycle, we'll see an analyst onboarded for a relatively short time. And so the whole idea is to quickly be able to give you, via this immersive series that we are holding at the Chatbot University, and also we have some people joining us, faculty, team members, and students from the AI University, is that you are able to very quickly bring value with using very simple diagrams. Now, use cases, they help to drive the implementation of test cases. They help to drive the implementation and of the launch. They help the trainers. They help to organize thoughts. C-level members of management have need for use cases. Business experts have need for it. The technical team have need for it. Front of office, middle of office, back of office. Everybody has a need for the use case. But it's not just knowing that a use case is a de facto tool for any member of any project team, regardless of what tool or what stage of the project life cycle you find yourself in, or the system development life cycle. Use case models are the best. I wouldn't say one of the best. I would say they are the best, and they're a very good basis to help you understand the domain at play. So I have worked for a number of industries, a number of big boys and big girls out there in the city and out of the city. I've worked nationally and internationally, wearing an amalgam of hats at the portfolio level, the program level, the work stream level, and the project level. I've been business analyst, product owner, product manager. This is what I do more and more of these days. I've been consultant. I've been a strategist. These days I find myself getting more and more involved in AI strategic work. Also, I've done AI tactical work. I have had the benefit of having a long and very fruitful career that started from the ground up. So in terms of the shop floor, I've been able to hold my own regardless of domain, regardless of sector, regardless of wherever it is I am placed, whether it's B2B, W2B, W2C, or government to commerce or government to business. I'm able to hold my own. I am also the holder of several degrees: first degree business admin, second degree marketing, third degree business information systems. Now, I would like to help you understand artificial intelligence. It is my passion. It is the biggest thing since sliced bread. AI has the opportunity. Even Bill Gates said it himself. He said one AI opportunity can birth 10 different Microsoft entities. That begins to help you organize, that begins to help you appreciate the level of opportunity that this disruptive technology called artificial intelligence, this disruptive engineering, this disruptive know-how, you begin to appreciate more and more why it's important. Artificial intelligence, you have the mind map in front of you. It straddles a number of areas, mainly 7. First, machine learning. And as part of machine learning, we have deep learning coming from that. We have predictive analysis also coming from that. I would also dare to suggest prescriptive analysis as well, and diagnostic analysis. Artificial intelligence also dovetails into natural learning processing. We have done the use case modeling for this. If you want to see it, I want you to send me an email. If you want to join our internship groups, by all means, let me know so you can join and so you can be part of the team that enjoys the benefit of this experience. We also have the speech element, which is what I'm focusing on today. Speech can refer to text-to-speech or speech-to-text. Either way, it's about the business of speech technology, recognizing speech. So we're going to be detailing that domain today, and I'm going to be using VISIO to put together the use case diagram that will help you understand what exactly the nature of the beast is, why it is, and why it's important that you have to become enabled and ennobled in this particular realm of IT. The third strand is building expert systems. I believe we'll do that tomorrow. And the other strand is planning, scheduling, and optimization, all using AI. or using artificial intelligence, or using machines to do what people would have done before. Machines are taking over gradually. They are being enabled, they are being ennobled, they are being galvanized into action. Is the age of bleeding technologies, is the age of big data, is the age of cloud computing, is the age of interconnected data. It's the age of data optimization, it's the age of data lakes, data storytelling, data visualization, because exponentially more and more and more we are beginning to find more and more uses for data, no matter how structured, no matter how unstructured. So data has really become the prize. Data is the oil. What data doesn't know nobody else except God and Jesus knows, yes. But artificial intelligence has also straddled planning, scheduling, and optimization. We also have robotics. I did the robotics video yesterday. By all means, if you can look for it. It was a very good session. I took the attendees through robotics. I took them through what exactly robotics is, the domain space, and of course the use case diagram. I'm basically replicating what I'm going to do today for speech. I did robotics a few days ago, so I'm hoping that you will find that video and also become interested in it. Now, artificial intelligence also includes image recognition, machine visioning. Artificial intelligence basically gives machines the ability to mimic humans. As humans, we can see. As humans, we can talk. As humans, we can sense. As humans, we can think. As humans, we can plan. As humans, we can do. So mimicking the doing part is the robotics. Mimicking the ability to see of humans is the vision element. Mimicking the ability to be an expert, to be deep in thought about a particular area is the expert systems element. Being able to speak the language of humans, being able to understand the language of humans, being able to take what the utterances that has come out of the mouth of the human and make sense of it in binary ones and zeros is also very important and necessary. That's NLP element of artificial intelligence. And so being able to plug in the brain, a human is not a human being without the brain. Artificial intelligence basically means the design of the brain of the system. Artificial intelligence is beautiful, it's key, it has applications in all industries. I didn't say some, I didn't say a part of. I said all, every industry under the sun, from the most monolithic to the most tech light to the most tech agnostic to the most tech heavy, all have advantages to be derived from artificial intelligence. Once you're able to plug in that artificial intelligence ability, you go from 0 to 1,000 straight up. Now, today we are concerned with the text-to-speech part of artificial intelligence. What is it? Why is it? Well, text-to-speech is the first half of it. Basically, the human being speaks. As a result of ASR, automated speech recognition, what the human says is encoded into the machine. Natural language processing algorithms and models are applied to take what the human has said and translate text, translate verbalization, translate spoken speech into binary ones and zeros. Somebody has spoken English, spoken Spanish, spoken Chinese, and all what they have said needs translation, needs to be encoded into the machine, because human beings speak languages, but machine language is really ones and zeros. Machine code is machine language. So how you take what the human has said, convert it into what the machine understands, and then manipulates that speech from the mouth of the human into text. That's called the text-to-speech element of it. Conversational AI is something you will hear a lot about. That is a technology that allows us to communicate with machines as we communicate with other people. So with the advent of sophisticated learning models, sophisticated deep learning models, sophisticated machine algorithms, what we have now is the human-machine communication and interaction has risen to unprecedented levels. However, these models are computing intensive, data intensive, and hence they require optimized code for flawless interaction. More and more, the size of the data that needs to be computed, that needs to be tabulated, that needs to be manipulated for transformation of speech to text and then text back to speech is concerned is becoming more and more. We are going into quantum levels now. And so there's the need for also optimized code to allow that translation of human speech to machine code to take place. Day by day, natural language processing is getting slicker. Automatic speech recognition is getting slicker. Text-to-speech conversion is getting slicker. Speech-to-text conversion is getting slicker. So a typical AI architecture would include something that helps translate that speech from the human into something that the machine can understand. A natural language processing model, NLP element infrastructure for question answering tasks, and also a text-to-speech synthesis network that's able to take what the human has said and translate it into what the machine can handle, and also take what that machine has handled, take that translation and make sense of it, apply intelligence to it in a way that is befitting to the messengee, and the channel of communication. Now, when we also, do you remember we did text-to-speech? In this instance, speech can also go from speech to text, not just text to speech, but also speech to text, whereby somebody, a number of audio files are collected and pulled into a data storage, and courtesy of signal analysis and computation, that audio files that have come in are ingested, and speaker voice recognition is applied. And once speech recognition APIs are applied, the next thing to do is that natural language processing also is applied to mean that that audio file that has come in can be converted to speech, can be converted to text, can be converted to classified calls. We can begin to tease out sentiment analysis from there. There's a number of top here. Oh, there's a little spelling error. Let me quickly correct that before people see that. That's it. Top use cases for voice recognition software. So number one, they can be used as voice assistants. When I ask you about voice assistants allows us to tell our devices what to do just by talking to them. Yes, we have keyboard. Yes, we have mouse. And yes, we have screen. But more and more, there is a rise of voice recognition technology on our phones. A lot of us are now using voice technology to interact with call pickups, with call answering, with call routing. It's much more than just using the keyboard and mouse now. We have systems that are dedicated to voice recognition on our phones. So due to many uses of voice recognition software, our lives have been made easier. In just a few years, we have brought voice technology into our homes. Today, businesses in a wide range of sectors are tapping into it to make our lives better. And surely that's a good thing, isn't it? Surely that is something that is a noble cause. Surely that is something that we all find favor with. So there's a number of use cases that we can apply voice recognition to. So what you have in front of you is the list of 15 innovative ways that businesses and individuals are using voice recognition and speech-to-text to streamline how things are getting done. And so the whole idea of voice recognition is to streamline how we get things done, streamline how we interact with our tools, with our houses, with our gadgets. Top use cases of voice recognition. Number one, as I said earlier on, virtual assistants. Some call them digital assistants, some call them smart assistants, some go as far as calling them AI assistants. Well, whatever it's called, don't let it confuse you. They are all referring to the same thing. Virtual assistants are one of the most common usages of the voice recognition software. Virtual assistants, they come in many shapes, in many sizes and platforms. And I'm just going to give you some examples of what we have today. We've got virtual assistants on our phone. We have smart speakers in the home. Apple has launched Siri. Amazon has launched Alexa and Echo. All of this are smart speakers in the home. We can see that voice recognition is not at a delicious remove. We can see that it's not just used in sci-fi films. It is in our homes. Alexa, what is the time? It tells you. Alexa, what time is that program coming on? It tells you. The second use case, aside from voice assistants, is using voice recognition systems for online banking. Online banking. I do it. You might already do. A voice is as unique as a fingerprint, and it makes sense. For an example, there's a bank called Guarantee Bank. It's launched its own voice-based software that allows clients to make transfers and pay for services by merely saying, I need to transfer money to, and mentioning the name of the business or individual. That's how simple it is. You imagine that. In the old days, imagine to transfer money to somebody, you had to drive to the bank, you had to stay in queue. When it gets to your turn, you got to wait until it's your turn. It gets to your turn, you're asked to prove ID, prove yourself, communicate your requirements to the person standing, the service assistant standing across from you inside of the banking hall. Thereafter, then it also depends on their speed of being able to enter your request into the computer. Some are fast and some are slow. I've been in banking situations whereby a new member of staff is being taught and coached through the process and is decidedly much more slow. Let's say you only have 10 minutes to attend to your banking, but as a result of the obstacles you have faced in waiting times, in writing out forms, in printing information, in standing in queue, in making yourself understood in the queue, 20 minutes had gone. You can imagine if you had a car parked outside, you may already well be ticketed before you come out of the bank. So an advantage of voice systems is that it can prevent all of that. You press the necessary buttons on your phone. You have an online banking ability that permits you to use your voice. It knows it's you. Nobody else can be like you. Nobody else has voice like you. There will not be fraud perpetuated. It actually leads to a lower incidence of fraud. Voice recognition systems can also be used in hospitals when doctors stop typing and talking to patients. I know that many a times when I go to the doctor and then they type on their screen, it's a distraction. You want to tell them what you're feeling. You want to tell them what you're going through, especially if you've had a very, very intense medical trauma or drama. And the doctor is typing. Well, because of voice recognition technology, the doctor can simply have on a transcription service. They can invest in the Olympus dictation machine that simply will take your speech and their speech as they interact verbally with you and then end up just transcribing it and bringing out text at the end. All they do is plug and play, define the transcribe medical transcription notes. They just push save, associate that with your file, and that's it. It reduces the time that a physician needs to spend on writing during an appointment. That's why doctors have terrible handwriting, because when they are writing when they're supposed to be speaking to you, the client. So as a result of voice recognition, there's no need for horrible doctors' handwriting anymore. Clinics and hospitals, we know they can be extremely time-sensitive environments, and a few minutes saved can make a significant difference in saving somebody's life. We have life and death situations in hospitals. And so if the spoken word can be automatically transcribed without the need for a human, but employing AI, you go from speech to text in as little as 2 minutes, when it would have taken. Have you ever been in a hospital scenario and the handover of the shift is taking place? More and more these days, the traditional idea of handovers have stopped. Handovers used to take like an hour, 2 hours. Handovers used to take an hour. So, but these days in hospitals, doctors and nurses would transcribe into an appliance, a device, a transcription device. And before the night shift comes or the next shift comes, all they've said has been transcribed into notes. Or if it is that the audio option is also there, the audio file's kept so that whoever has come on board to work can simply listen to the notes and go ahead and do what they need to do. We can use voice recognition for enhanced security. Voice biometric systems. It's used to improve customer service. It's used to guarantee security. It's used to authenticate people, all in real time. Not near real time, in real time. In real time, you can be biometrically certified and get up to do what you need to do. So that the customer experience is made richer, better, shorter. Voice assistants in the workplace, voice technologies have also entered the workspace. Virtual assistants, can be used to access human capital management software, submit requests for vacation, request and cancel meetings, and so forth. There's no need for the receptionist anymore. Voice recognition tools have taken over in the workplace. There are speech recognitions used to transcribe meetings. Remember, within the court system, there is the use of the transcribers to write down everything that is being said in a court scenario. Well, that was the old days. These new days, you just simply have the transcriber on the desk. Everything the judge says, the lawyer says, the plaintiff and the other parties and the defendant say, transcribed into a speech recognition software. E-commerce purchases using voice commands. Yes, that's next level. Enriching the customer experience, engaging the customers, engaging more of the customer's eyes, engaging other senses, engaging the customers in a way that means more upsells, more cross-sells, more products in the same product suite or family suite or complementary goods can be sold, because instead of busying themselves with their finger, all people need to do is just speak into using smart speakers, qualify their requirements, and voice order. And this has become a very successful combination for businesses. You can use voice recognition software to also catch criminals. So they have become more and more indispensable in the criminal investigations. Interpol has been experimenting with voice recognitions for a few years now, and it has passed the experimentation stage. It can be used to recognize criminal activity, set up traps, and raise flags about people. Voice recognition tools are also making public transportation simple and inclusive. Voice assistant software has completely revolutionized public transport. For instance, I live in London, and we have the voice that come over the loudspeaker system that let us know what the city situation is, the traffic situation is, the scheduling latest is, the best route to destinations, all of that. That can be very great. It can help certainly enrich the journey time to mean that it's cut shorter. Voice recognition software can also be used to create superior content with dictation. Dictation software, oh boy, that they can work miracles on your content creation process. And so any self-respecting company where content is king and content is key really needs to consider the use of dictation software. Writers all over the world have slowly started incorporating voice recognition technology into their workflow. More and more and more, this is becoming a way forward for writers, fiction and non-fiction writers alike. Voice technology can be used to transcribe podcasts, improving their SEO performance. When transcripts are published alongside podcast videos, it improves ranking. It improves keyword mining. It provides a more inclusive environment for non-native speakers. Voice technology, means journalists can also have their interviews transcribed. The days of, going to an interview location, seeking out the interviewee, getting their utterances on audio via voice recorders, and then transporting themselves back into the office to transcribe the note. Those days are gone. Straight from the location to the system to location transcription tools. Voice recognition software can be used to book your next vacation. It can be used to book your next vacation. Are you thinking of going to Dubai? Are you thinking of going for a skydiving holiday? Do you want to see the list of prices that are competing in that particular market space? You only need to do it with the voice, and that's it. Especially in this COVID era, this post-pandemic era, voice is key. You don't need to touch any machine. You don't need to touch any keys. All you need to do is speak. All you need to do is to communicate via speech, and it is done. Voice technology is used in learning languages. It's used for pronunciation enablement. It's used for linguistic, lexicology, grammatical, and understanding word order. It's easier now than it was ever been before. We can use voice technology to help users learn to properly pronounce words in foreign languages. And last of all, voice technology can be used to effortlessly translate and subtitle content. These days, when you go to YouTube and you want to watch a video without even asking you, YouTube will immediately automatically give you the subtitles at the bottom. And that's quite good, because sometimes the person that is speaking either needs to speak up more, but you can read what they are saying on screen. Sometimes these transcription services get it wrong, and it can be quite hilarious when they try to write somebody's name, and then they come up with some strange pronunciation. All in all, you can begin to see that voice recognition is key. Now, as a company, we have over 60 different source code that we make available. Some of those source code are specifically to do with voice technologies, voice projects, voice products. So when you sign on to the 10 days special internship offer, or when you sign on to the 20 days special internship offer, you are able to get the package that immerses you. We have a voice technology blueprint where we teach you how to handle voice sessions, workshop sessions for voice, document requirements for voice, document framework for voice, help you understand what you do at each stage for voice, how you can make the business of nebulous voice tangible. So we have incorporated voice within our teaching. So I certainly urge you to join us on board either as a MIDI or a mega. A mini proposition is a free proposition whereby you get our videos for 3 days on YouTube, and that's it. The MIDI proposition is where you are onboarded for 10 days. You get access for 20 days on our platform. The mega subscription package is where you subscribe just for a very small amount of money, £100, over 60 different project source codes, AI specific, specially curated courses and source codes across machine learning, across deep learning, across conversational AI, across voice technologies, speech to text, text to speech. We teach you how to use things like Google Dialogflow, the Bot Society, ManyChat, and so many different more, and so many different types of voice. We've now come to the very interesting part, the speech recognition domain use case diagram. Woo! The use case diagram. We're going to be using VISIO. We're going to be using VISIO to do this. VISIO is a diagramming tool. It's one of the most well-known and it's one of the best. I certainly ask everybody to go and get their own copy of VISIO. You don't need to pay for VISIO at all. You can simply get on board the trial package that gives you 30-day free. It's important that you know that getting on board a company and working in an analyst capacity or in a consultant or development capacity or a manager capacity, it means you need to know your onions. It means you need to know how to put diagrams together very, very quickly. So we like VISIO. VISIO is what we advocate. Sincerely urge you to go out and get it. I'm just about to log on to my VISIO right now. It's on my Microsoft online. I've forgotten the password now. Bear with me. Just going to sign into my VISIO account so that we can very quickly put together the use case diagram. And after we put together the use case diagram, we will be talking about the different challenges of speech recognition, because it has different challenges. There are challenges. There are challenges to do with speech recognition. There's no advantage in telling you all that is good about voice without letting you know what the limitations are. Have I? That's it. I'll save that. That's it. Okay, so artificial intelligence. VISIO diagram. I started constructing it, and I'll just give you a very quick once over of the different diagrams that we already have. Documented within it. So VISIO is good, is cheap, is reliable. It plugs and plays into a lot of the tools out there. It's Microsoft owned, so it is known in the industry, and it's cheap enough for you to be able to get and practice in your house without necessarily waiting until you get a job before you practice. If I don't do anything for you in this session, I'm going to have to encourage you to get your own copies of VISIO diagram. So this VISIO is on cloud. I'm enjoying a 30-day free trial. If you go to if you go to office.live.com, go to office.live.com and log on to get your free 30-day trial. Thanking you so much. And so let's carry on. So this is a diagram that I did for the artificial intelligence domain use case. This is the next one that I did for computer vision. So we've painted a picture. We've got the video where I went through with those who attended and withdrew this use case, making it clear what exactly it is and showing you how to come up with a use case diagram, showing you what each element of each use cases mean. This is the artificial intelligence, natural learning, language processing, NLP domain space. So we've done that use case diagram, and I've not done the video yet for this, but I'm going to do it soon. It's the planning use case diagram. And last of all was what we did yesterday. Very simple, was a very interesting topic. Robotics. Robotics. Beautiful, beautiful subject matter. Robotics. So today I want to talk about a new use case. I'm using the web version, the cloud edition of VISIO. So you can watch to see what I'm doing. At the bottom, there's a plus diagram. I've clicked on it, and I want to change the name of that palette. I'm going to call it AI Speech Recognition. UCD. UCD represents use case diagram. Yeah. So all that I've been saying to you earlier, you will see it and you will understand it in a way that is fitting, in a way that leaves you all the more informed and less confused. So let's start. Use cases have little men. They call them stick men. But these stick men are the actors. Actors can be on the left, in which case they are primary actors, or they can also be on the right, in which case they're secondary actors. You can see that there's something that is inviting you to enter the name of the use case. I'm going to enter this as the, let me call it high level, high, let's spell this correctly, high level AI speech recognition use case diagram. Yeah. So I've made a couple of things very clear. Anybody looking at this use case name would immediately know that it's of a high level use case. I'm trying to paint a 50,000 feet level picture. I'm trying to paint a picture that will allow whoever picks this up to understand that there's yet more information, that there's more to do, as far as this use case is concerned. I'm trying to let them know that this is not all that there is. There is more to this use case. So the first thing I'm going to do is to bring this is called the use case ellipse, this shape here. Classic use case shape. It announces the goal of the system. What I'm trying to do here is process text to speech. Yeah? Process text to speech. That is one goal of this use case. Text to speech. I showed you the diagram previously. This is where we have somebody speaking, and the ASR technology takes what they have said, translates it using natural language processing, and then produces an output. A use case, as always, associates an actor with the use case. I have put a link. This link shows that this actor has a relationship to the process text-to-speech use case diagram. The actor must always have a name, and I'm going to call this speech recognition user. Who is a speech recognition user? Remember the list that I showed you of the different use cases that are available in the speech domain. Everything from auto dictation services to e-commerce within the using voice, to using voice to book your next vacation, using voice in the hospital to transcribe podcasts. This speech recognition user could be a doctor involved in a doctor-patient scenario whereby they're using voice to be able to translate whatever it is that they say to speech, or whatever it is, or text to speech. So speech to text or text to speak. This use case actor can be a public transport announcer. Remember I said to you, voice technology can be used by the public system to enrich the user journey and make it more informative so that people can plan their journeys in a way that is not detrimental to them. This, I'm just giving you examples here. This actor could also be the police, who are using voice to catch criminals. This actor could also be a shopper, e-commerce shopper, who is using voice to buy a product online. This actor could also be a voice assistant in the workplace that is used, to interact with the CRM to extract customer information. This actor also can be a security expert who uses voice, to enhance biometric security. So I think I've done enough here for you to see the potential names that we could come up with for this actor. I've done enough so that you are able to see how it is we can generate that. So the generic name for all of these different types, from the police to the e-commerce shopper to the e-commerce assistant to the security expert, all of these people are, in essence, just speech recognition users. That's it. You can begin to see our use cases building. So this speech recognition user wants to use the speech recognition system to process their speech to text or text to speech. Remember that diagram I showed you earlier? It's a two-way thing. Process text to speech and also process speech to text. Yeah? We also associate this actor to the voice system. Now, what is the name of the system that will make these use cases possible? Watch what is going to happen now. Let's take it one by one. The first one, we can call the first one a text to speech system. And I would not be wrong there. I would be correct. We could then associate that use case to that actor. Do the same thing for the next one. You see, we are naming the actors, the secondary actors on the right, in a way that is explicit, that is unique, and allows us to use the goal of the use case to be clear about what that system is going to do. This is the system that realizes this use case. What are we going to call this system? It's going to have a special name that is unique to it. It's simple. We're calling it speech to text system. Some people may also look at this and go, oh, are we not just splitting feathers? You may be doing this with the users. Let's say you work in a company whereby the text-to-speech system and the speech-to-text system is the same, because there are AI systems that do both. They can take text and change to speech, and take speech and change to text. That means these two systems are one and the same. So by so doing, I could change the name of the actor to be more generic and call this a speech recognition system. It could be a speech, and when you talk about speech recognition systems, there's a lot of things hiding here. Remember that architecture diagram. Let me show you that architecture diagram. Remember that architecture diagram that we looked at. Yeah? There is the speech recognition API, so speech recognition system. There is the NLP processing API, which is the NLP system, NLP engine. So I could just simply come here and call this speech recognition system or NLP system, so that people are clear. Anybody looking at this diagram is clear on what the name of this use case is. Yeah? They are clear on what the name of this use case is. And that's it. So meaning that at the beginning of this use case, before this use case can initiate, there are certain preconditions. There are certain things that must happen. There must be an automatic speech recognition model in place. There must be an NLP system in place. There must be a speech synthesis network in place. You can begin to see how this would work. So I hope this is simplistic enough for you. I hope it's clear for you. Oh yes, I did mention that we were going to delve into some of the challenges of the speech recognition. And I want to just tell you a little about it, because there are two main factors that cause problems in the area, in the technology and engineering of speech recognition. The first is reach, and the second is loud environments. So we need more and more precise systems that incorporate deep learning, systems that incorporate machine learning, that can tackle the very most ambitious of the automated speech recognition systems and use case problems. Yeah. So we need a lot of data. The more data you have, basically, the better this system is. It's not just the more data you have from the point of view of the speaker. No, the more you are able to use your speech recognition systems and NLP processing systems to manage the large chunks of data that you will come about as a result of audio files, as a result of text files, as a result of data that has been ingested via various forms. You've ingested data from the transcribing system. You've ingested data from the dictation system. You've ingested data from the driverless car system. You've ingested data from the e-commerce system. You've ingested data from chatbots. You've ingested data from all sorts of engineering and tool set within the speech recognition ecosystem. Basically, data is an issue when you cannot manipulate it, when you cannot handle it, when you cannot classify it, when you cannot cluster it, when you cannot do regression analysis on it, when you cannot apply the necessary algorithms. Are you beginning to understand why it's not just producing the chunks of data at the beginning? It's also the processing of the data, the ability of the NLP processing engine. If it's the fact you're using Google Dialogflow at this point to be able to change your speech, your text to speech, or your speech to text, using your voice assistant to facilitate voice technology, ingestion, translation, and output. You must make sure that you have the necessary systems that can allow for large computation and tabulations. Yeah? So, imprecise and false interpretations. There's something known as false truths. So, computers are not on par with human understanding and contextual relation of words and sentences, still causing misinterpretations. I know there's a lot of work that has gone in to resolving misinterpretation and intent generation and entity constructions and dialogue creations and utterances analysis, but it still is what it is. It's still challenging to understand the syntax of a sentence, the semantics of a sentence, the root word of a sentence, and the application of tokenization, the application of parsing, the application of stemming. All of this present challenges. Time and lack of efficiency. So computerizing a process, we normally assume speeds it up. But that's not always the same with the voice recognition system. So you can computerize a voice recognition system, but actually, it may well take more time. So time and a lack of efficiency is an issue. Human voices have diverse patterns, and systems are still adapting to that. They are adapting to accents. They are adapting to local differences. So when you have even a simple code, when somebody has a simple code, or when there's a variation of English, Scottish English versus American English versus Nigerian English versus British English versus Australian English. These are all English, but it's all different types of English. So there are challenges with that. There is the need to be able to, the continuing problems with voice systems. We're talking about background noise, erosion. We're talking of loud environments. More and more AI is given the ability to be able to mute noise within the broadcasting, open source broadcasting systems. There's an open source broadcasting system called OBS Switcher, and one of the latest features they've introduced is the ability to absolutely mute loud noises. It's becoming better, but we are not quite there. We are not quite there. We don't need to have 10 different additional devices on our desks before we can manage the range before we can manage the noise in the environment. So AI is making it easier to deal with the elimination of noise in the background, and it's only going to get better. Regardless, all these challenges will not stop the uptake for voice recognition systems. As we venture into voice recognition, as we venture into gesture recognition, as we enter into rich conversational use cases, as we venture into using more and more of voice to facilitate conversational marketing, you can see that we truly have great opportunities to be able to take advantage of voice systems. Now, this has brought us to the end of the program. I want you to be confident in the knowledge you have picked up today. I want you to join our internship group. I want you to join our Telegram group. I want you to join our internship master classes. As I have said to you, the free one only gives you access to free YouTube videos for 3 days. The MIDI plan gives you 20 days access, and with that you get PowerPoint presentation slides, you get source codes to potentially 60 different projects, you get the forum support, you get the e-certificate that marks your attendance, you get access to Q&A sessions with the faculty mentors and faculty members. You get access to extra bonuses. We have a number of bonuses that we add on. You get notification of impromptu sessions, and the boundless amount of goodies. This is when you sign up for the 10 days offer where you have 20 days access, or when you sign up for the 20 days internship offer. The MIDI plan gives you 20 days access to the YouTube videos, and the mega plan gives you 40-day access to the YouTube videos, to the source codes, to the PowerPoint presentations, to the Q&A sessions. It gives you access to the forum support by faculty members. It gives you so much. It gives you career advice and career sessions where we teach you to mold your CV. We let you know what works. We teach you to come on board. So I want you to know that it's not a wasted opportunity at all. Take advantage of it. But by all means, join us. By all means, join us and see how your career can absolutely improve. See how you can begin to establish great stakes in the ground, even at so young an IT career. So with that said, I thank you so much for this session. I thank you so much for being a part of it. I welcome you to more of our future sessions. And this is the point that I'm going to sign out of the session. So once again, my name is Dr. Sandra Powers, CEO of the AI University and the Chatbot University. I want you to join me and let's scale the higher heights together and make sure that your professional life is as enriched as is possible. So thanking you so much. As I sign out, I bid you well. Thank you so much. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye. Please share the video. Share to your friends. Let your friends know about it. Let even you yourself watch it again and again and again and again and again. And you won't regret it. Thank you.